back for Purple Sunday. Let's get it together, y'all. Get the camera right, because we know we got a second. What's up, Mark? I know that's you early in the morning, up on the Sunday, ready to get it right, just like your boy. It's Purple Sunday. Trump, our country is on the right track. Choo choo. Y'all ready? I am. Let's see if he is. And I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to just say, are you ready? Are you ready? Maybe he wants you guys to ask him, is he ready? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to ask him. Come on, ask him. I'll ask him. And what? What? Yeah, y'all. Y'all know what it is. And gotta wake up those pores. Gotta wake up those pores. Got to wake up those pores. And making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Doom, 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 doom. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Y'all know that, right? Why am I getting open? Because it's bump that beat Sunday. That's right, June 15th, 2025. I'm your host, BOOGOTTINYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. Yeah, y'all. We made it another Purple Sunday. As you guys see, your boy was fully decked out in the purple. Had to break it down. It's summertime, y'all. We got to celebrate the life and the love that we're having right now. Enjoy the flowers. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy ourselves. That's right, y'all. Get out there and enjoy the summer weather. It's Sunday. Why not? And then, of course, we have to thank the Father, Lord above us, for letting us see another day. Something that we have not been speaking about for a number of days now is problems presenting opportunities. We run into a lot of problems in our days. I want you guys to know that. But guess what? Those problems already give you the solution. The hard part is getting to that solution. That's why we say problems present opportunities. Opportunity to get to the solution, to get over the problem. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. That's right, y'all. It's Sunday. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Hope everybody slept well. We here this morning. Everybody's healthy. Get your coffee. Get everything together, because I got to be honest with you guys. We got a full clip this morning with a maraschino cherry on top. I mean, I was just like, no, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Should I not? I left it there. Why not? Just another couple of seconds. Little more information and more little fat for our brains over here on our bottom line. Want you guys to know that we do have an event coming up on the 27th of this month. It's going to be a tasting. That's right, a good tasting that we have going on at 22 Green Acres Mall in Long Island, you guys. You got to come out there and hang out with your boy. 22 Northwest Circle in Green Acres Mall. You got to come out there and hang out with your boy. Let me know what you guys got going on. We got a nice little tasting going on. So everybody in New York, y'all got to come out and hang out with your boy on the 27th of this month. And without any further ado, let's get into these titles. Y'all, do me a favor. Let me know where you're chiming in from, when you chime in. Also, because we love to gather information from where you're at. Okay, who we got up in the building this morning today? I can get right into this chat. Want to see who we got up in this build. Who we got up in the building today? up in the chat. We, of course, we already know we got Mark Dorfman up in the building. We got Natalie Georgievich. Good morning, everybody from Syracuse. We got Batty Lynn up in here from Detroit, Michigan. And you know she always has her tea or coffee ready. And we always know we got Rebecca Lon from Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's right, y'all. Who else we got? Jeffrey. I'm ready. Danielle says, good morning from Brooklyn's in the house. Brooklyn. We got Missouri in the building with Jeffrey. Chad C. Ain't see you in a while. RIP to Norm. Great series. Daniel says, cheers. Natalie Georgievich says, it's Purple Sunday. Because Natalie, you know what it is. That's right. What else we got up in here? Liberty and Justice. Thank you so much. Good morning, Bugatti. Sunday Fun Day. Casey. What's going on, Casey? How you doing? All right, y'all already know Casey always holds it down as one of the perfect co-hosts up in the building, just like Natalie, just like Liberty, just like, you know what I'm saying, Mark Dorfman, Chad C. Already know how you get down. We got Daniel. What's up, Daniel? Enjoy the live stream. I'm busy working at the ER today. Save those lives, Daniel, and we appreciate you so much for the work that you do. We do appreciate you. Y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all know I got to flip this screen to get some work up on that board back there. Y'all comments are right there. In the middle, I got my work, and here I got my other work that we got to do. Then we got all the work back here. So without any further ado, let's get into these titles. What do we have? We got Trump. Our country is finally on the right track. Choo choo. As you guys can see, Trump is here garbed out in his Amtrak outfit over here. Got a nice new futuristic train right there. And basically he's trying to say our country is on the right track. Do you guys believe that? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys believe that our country is finally on the right track? Let's go. We still got more. What else do we have? We have two high-ranking Minnesota officials have been pow-powed in an apparent targeted incident. Yes, this is something that we guys announced the other day, told you guys about what's going on over here. And yes, without any further ado, like I said, we have much more to keep on going. We're going to get into this incident right here. We have full coverage of what's going on in Minnesota. And now we have to get to Mr. Pete Hegseth, who says this is not an autopin moment. We have to do this ourselves. When he's talking about Iran and what's going on with the attacks in the other day between the two countries. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't like to get too specific when it comes down to those categories because I don't want to take the punches when it comes down to that. I'll let the videos speak for themselves. Last but not least, we have exclusive video of a woman in Los Angeles pow-powed by a rubber bullet as she tries to go to her apartment. As you guys know, the other day there was riots going on. People were in the street causing chaos in Los Angeles. Yes, the National Guard was out there pow-powing people. So one woman, she was trying to get to her house. We got the exclusive video of her actually getting pow-powed in the stomach, going down, and then the video will explain the rest. Without any further ado, it's my turn to get to work. I could stand here talking all day, but I know what you guys are here for. Let's get into this work. Let me get to this first opening video right here where we have our President Trump, who's speaking at the White House congressional picnic right next to Melania. Yes, we're going to flow into it. We might even bring a few clips back from the other day if it has relevant information about what we're talking about. So if you see a clip, you're going to say, hey, we saw that already. Listen to the content instead of saying that you saw it already. Let's keep on moving forward. Also, you guys, y'all know what I'm going to say at this point before I click this button. I'm going to say, do your boy a favor and let me know where you're chiming in from so that I can always find information from your state, city, or your country. Let's get into it, you guys. Good morning, good healthy morning, good healthy Sunday morning.
Why is that? I said there is no reason for it, but you did it. Congratulations. That's a great job. But as a result of these many other historic wins for the American people, a majority of Americans now believe our country is on the right track for the first time in over 28 years, according to a very prestigious poll. 28 years it has not been. And this is the first time in 28 years, and it'll only get better, when the Senate passes the one big, beautiful bill and Congress sends it to my desk on the 4th of July. We're shooting for the 4th of July. I think it's going to be the most important piece of legislation that our country has passed in many, many years. On Saturday, we're coming together to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Army with a grand parade, a military parade that I don't think we've ever seen the likes of what you're going to see. I hope the weather's okay, but actually, if it's not, that brings you good luck. And that's okay, too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the tanks at all. It doesn't affect the soldiers. They're used to it. They're tough, smart. Next year, when we're all together again, we will be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the American founding. We founded our country. They founded our great people, our great past founders have done a fantastic job, and we'll be cheering on Team USA in the World Cup. So we have the World Cup coming, we have the Olympics coming, and maybe most importantly, we're going to celebrate a whole year, 250th anniversary. You know, the Army is exactly 1 year older than the country. So that was interesting. We did a speech yesterday at Fort Bragg.
Y'all screenshot this Purple Sunday real quick. Ready? Purple Sunday. Look, come on. Sorry about that, but let's get it. Screenshot. Thank you. Okay, let's go.
And it was really something, the display that they put on. I truly believe the great times are ahead for America. So once again, I want to thank all of you. I want to thank every single person in this group, Democrat, Republican, or a couple of independents out there. They say they're independent, but they're not that independent. But I want to thank everybody in the audience for being very special. I know every one of you, and some by reputation and some by just knowing them. And you're fantastic people, and you have great families. And without the families, it wouldn't work for you at all.
Okay, we like to jumble it up over here. Bugatti, how you go from politics to somebody getting pow? Because that's what we do now. We turn it up. We give everybody something on our intro. We don't play around anymore. So yes, we got this video right here that I told you about exclusively that shows a woman that's getting pow at point blank range with a real number bullet right in the stomach. Check this out, you guys. I want you guys to see this. Do you guys think this is bad, or do you think that she should have probably waited, went in another direction to try to get home, or what? There's a conflicting situation here, because at first she says she's trying to get home. Then after that, she says something about she was trying to cross the line or do something with the line. Just keep on going, you guys. I want you guys to work with me on this. Okay, this video shows a cop powing a woman at point blank range with a rubber bills nugget.
I want us to focus on this guy right there. Look at him. Trigger happy as So I just showed you him, right? Look at that. Oh, what's passing by? Where's our money going, right? Where are our tax dollars going, right? Right? Yeah. So we've got trigger happy f***ing bitch over here. Look at. Well, they're telling her to move, but that's a public sidewalk.
They telling her to move, but that's a public sidewalk, y'all.
They're telling her to move. Watch, if they shoot her. Holy f***. Come here. Sit down. Where'd he get you? Billy, f*** off. She's not doing anything. Come on. We're moving, assholes. You got it. Hang on. I just need to get out of their sight. Here. I got some supplies in my bag. Sit down. They shot her. Yeah. Point blank. I literally just got it on video. They're gonna shoot. We're moving! We're moving! Stop! She's injured! Come on, we gotta get across the street. Come on. We gotta go across the street. Where are you going?
I live here.
Okay.
I live here. I live here.
Come on.
Okay, people in the comments, y'all are definitely on point. Someone says, from what I hear, she lived there. And then another person said, listen to the police. That other person that says FAFO, you dead wrong for that one. I saw that one trying to say that Shorty was kind of chubsy-wubsy. Don't do that. We got to keep on stacking this deck. It's too early for me to start laughing. Minnesota, come to the front of the stage, please. Let's do this, because we got some lawmakers that were pow-powed in a apparent targeted incident that says officials. Check this out. Certain words I do not want to say. I can't get away with them, but for some reason YouTube can. I want the show to be able to keep going. So I'm going to just get off what I can say, and then I'll let the videos explain the rest. Come to the comments and see what you guys have to say about the content. Do me a favor, come on and chime in. It's not just about me playing the videos. I want to know what you guys think about the videos as well. Let's go. That's what it's about. It's not just about me doing this. I want to know what you guys, your input. It's about y'all, not me.
Breaking news right now. Sources telling ABC News that 2 Minnesota state lawmakers have been shot in what law enforcement officials say was a targeted incident. Let's get right on the phone now with ABC News chief investigative reporter Josh Margolin. Josh, you've been following this all morning long. What do we know right now?
Gio, good morning. It's a very, very serious situation just north of Minneapolis in the Hennepin County suburbs, highly populated area. We have a former Speaker of the State House and a state senator, both Democrats. Not saying that party has anything to do with it at all at this point, but both are Democrats. Apparently, they were in their separate homes near each other, and allegedly they were shot by the same perpetrator. Perpetrator is now on the run. The injuries are serious, grave. It's a very serious situation. The governor is on site, as is the FBI.
And I know that you're learning that the FBI is now involved. We believe at this point that the shooter was impersonating law enforcement? That is believed to be what happened. The shooter was definitely apparently wearing some sort of tactical gear and reported to be looking like impersonating law enforcement. That could ultimately not be the case when they finally get a hold of the shooter. But part of this is they wanted to alert the local population. This is somebody who needs to be considered very, very dangerous. We're also learning here, Josh, that both of these lawmakers were shot at their homes. Is that right?
Yes, apparently both at their homes. Law enforcement was very, very quick to say these are targeted attacks. That is language that they use when they want the public to know there's not some sort of active shooter randomly shooting at people outside. But yes, they were targeted at their homes. And as you know, Gio, state lawmakers tend to be highly accessible. They're members of the community, members of the population, mothers at PTA meetings and parents who go to Little League games.
All right, Josh Margolin, our chief investigative reporter.
They got more information on this suspect. They actually know his name since this video clip here. There's a lot more information on it. I'm going to keep on chiming in and letting you guys know the progress of the case. They have the person's name. They're looking for him and everything. We're going to keep on getting more information on this. But right now, we got to go to Washington with Pete Hegseth. And he says, this is not an auto pen situation. I think this is something that we need to know about. A lot of people don't like talking about politics a lot. We try to mix it in with other things now just to make sure that you still get the fat on your brain, you other people, not the ones that don't like the politics. It's kind of like when you put a treat like candy on medicine for a child so that they'll take the medicine anyway, because we have to get this information out. I appreciate you guys. If you appreciate the content that I'm supplying for you guys as well, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen, hit that like button to let more people know that our bottom line is on. That's right, 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Purple Sunday. That's right, y'all. Keep it going now. Keep it going. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me make sure that I get these clips rolling. I want you guys to keep on chiming in and let's stay on topic on this.
Right now, America's military bases in the Middle East are on alert as U.S. defense plays a crucial role intercepting Iran's deadly missiles targeting our greatest ally in the Middle East, Israel.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth joins us now with the latest. Secretary,
Thank you for coming back.
Guys.
It's probably a little bit different being in that seat as opposed to this one, but in all seriousness, Americans are concerned. They see what's happening in Israel. They see what's happening with Iran. What's the latest you can tell us?
Well, I can assure you and the audience we're monitoring this in real time. The Defense Department has been tracking it at every level, and to include when it started and throughout. Had a meeting just this morning, and the president has been leading the way on setting the tempo of how we look at the region and ultimately recognize, a couple of days ago, Israel believed in its own self-defense. It needed to take action against nuclear capabilities and ballistic missiles, and we saw the response from Iran. We've seen that. The U.S. is postured to defend our people in the region. We've got significant assets in the region. We are robustly postured to ensure that our people, our bases, our interests are safe, and we're continuing to monitor any forces we would need to do that, capabilities we would need to do that. We will keep Americans safe. And you saw what Secretary Rubio said in his first statement opening. Ultimately, it should be clear to Iran that they should not turn their gaze to the United States. That would.
So I got somebody in the comments right here that I want to read their comments. First of all, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. And then someone said, claiming, Mabusa says, so he committed an act of political terrorism. Orange Zest says, I'm so tired of Jill's News and Pill Stella saying at the start of the British. Said hi. We got every day. What else we got up in here? Stay safe out there, guys. Shout out from your brothers in Yorkshire in the UK. What's up, Yorkshire, UK? How y'all doing out there? That's right. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing right there? What else we got? We got India takes the crown. India takes the crown. I feel we should stay out of these wars from now on. We have so much to worry about in America. But are you concerned about the fact that they might get weapons of mass destruction and use them against us? I hear what you're saying, and that's a very valid point, because Lord knows we could take care of ourselves in our own monetary situations and stop taking care of other people. But are you a little bit nervous about the fact that if they get a weapon of mis-ass destruction, what could they do to us? Would they threaten us with it since they're so, since they're such in a bind? That's what some people's concerns are. I just want to ask you guys about that. Hello from the UK. Somebody said, I'm good. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
Would be a bad idea. And the president continues to message that he prefers peace. He prefers a solution to this that is resolved at the table. Iran still has an option for that, but Israel took what it believed it needed to do in self-defense strikes. And based on that first day, they were quite effective.
Yeah, I think a lot of.
So do you guys think it was self-defense, or do you think it was like a first Blills nut or first strike situation? Do you think it was self-defense, or do you guys actually think it was after the fact? And a lot of people, I do notice that you don't really care about it because you feel it's not really having to do with anything over here. But again, if they get those that can come over here, it'll be something for us to have to worry about, because they'll probably use it to negotiate with. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys, to the now. What y'all want to do? You want to be ballers, shot callers, brawlers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers, on the low from the Jakes and the Taurus, trying to get my hands on like Horace. Yeah, living the raw deal. 3-course meal, spaghetti, feta. Yeah, we got to go on over to this Diddy trial real quick. It's day 23, and guess who decided to pull up? Diamonds are forever. That's right, y'all. Ye, not Kanye anymore. Not Yeezy. Ye is his new name. Let's get to this clip right here, you guys. Gotta stay well informed and keep on moving. Let's get into it, y'all.
Up with a surprise courthouse appearance. Grammy Award-winning rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, arriving with one of Combs' sons today, telling ABC News he was there in support of Diddy. Taking the stand today, a special agent involved in the 2024 raid of Sean Combs' Los Angeles home. He testified about what was seized from Combs' home, including 900 bottles of lubricants and 200 bottles of baby oil. The agent also holding up plastic bags of drugs taken from the home. Jurors seeing some of the actual firearms seized, the agent showing them the serial number on one rifle was scratched off. And testifying under an immunity deal, another one of Combs's personal assistants. He told jurors about preparing for what he called king nights, his term for hotel nights or freak-offs, saying he played a role in obtaining drugs for Combs a handful of times. He said Combs had a Gucci pouch that he kept money and drugs in. That pouch, he said, was a must-have for Diddy during these nights. 55-year-old Combs has pleaded not guilty to 5 felony counts, including racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. If convicted, he faces the possibility of life in prison. Let's start at the federal courthouse in Manhattan.
Nope, let's not. Just the coverage that we're trying to get, just get to the root of it, because we don't have that much time, because we got a lot to talk about. I want to get to some of these comments, basically, that people are saying. Negotiations need to be clear and specific, as Israel is ultimately Trump have continued assaults regarding Iran. Okay, also, we have people still in the region we have to be concerned about. We have troops. Yes, that is another thing. Okay, you're right about that. Make sure his name wasn't said. Okay, no way, Yay Hitler. Okay, Liberty and Justice says baby oil. You mean drugs? You mean drills nugs, huh? LOL. What else you got? You got Vin says yay yay. More like yay. Okay, what else y'all got over here? Y'all got George that says small-minded people don't know what is really possible. We got somebody over here that says, Robert says, happy Father's Day, brother. Happy Father's Day to everybody in the building. Who is this over here? Marzi B. Trump Clown Show. You want to get up out of here, Marzi? You can leave or I can get you up out of here. Either or. I can get you up out of here, Marzi, or you can leave yourself. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get you out of here. And I'm going to use your clown face as a focal point to scope you out and get you out of here. Everybody, we can say it as the count of 3. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom! Out of here. There you go. And thank you, Job 4, for the 5. Job 4 said, I got 5 on it. Got me for that from the weed. I got 5 on it. Homie, let's go half on the sack. Good looking, Job 4. Gave me that. He had 5 on it. Job 4 got 5 on it, y'all. We always appreciate the donations and all the lookouts when it comes down to the super chats. We really do. Because we got a little bit of coffee in the kitchen, so we okay. But really, we like to get those numbers up as far as those likes. It really lets more people know what we're doing and that we're over here doing our thing at our bottom line. With the #1 show at the 6 o'clock hour, nobody's messing with us because we got the best co-hosts in the building. Y'all, all my mods, everybody in the building, not my mods, I'm so sorry, my co-hosts and my friends. Do me a favor, anybody acting up, when I see your name, all you got to do is put their name there and bang, they getting up out of here. We're not playing no games. Your boy's sweating bullets already. It's too early for me to be playing around. If you can get up this early to be playing around and trolling, you need to really think about where your life is going. Because we got to keep on moving forward to Washington, D.C. And anybody from Washington, D.C., please come in front of me. Because do you support giving illegal immigrants health care? A lawmaker asked Kathy Jokel Hochul. This is the best part of the show for me. This part of the show is for Bugatti, because you guys who have been here since the beginning, you know how I feel personally about Kathy Jokel Hochul. I've always been mesmerized as to how she's been able to do the things that she's been able to do. I've also been my mind has been blown as to how the DEI has just went bananas. And now New York City has the last year's sanitation department commissioner as the head of the police department. That's right. Get that in your head. Imagine if you know somebody that was the head of sanitation, the garbage, right? And then the next year, a new administration comes in and says, you know what? Let's move you on over to head the police department, even though you have no knowledge or anything. You probably did some administrative work or paperwork or something like that. But come on, let me get you over there, because you already messed up the sanitation department with all the stupid things that you did over there. So come on, Tish, let me get you on over here as the police commissioner. Any governor that can do something like that, it's just terrible in New York. So when I see things like this is for me more than y'all, because someone is finally getting to the Joker, the Jokel who is our governor? Kathy Jokel Hochul. Period. Let's get into this. And she's been up there even when the clip is not about her, representing, because she's a joke. That's right. Y'all see the energy. I do not play when it come down to that jokester. She sucks. Excuse my French. Please don't get me for that. They be on me, so I gotta be careful about the way I talk. Let's get right into it, because this is a friend of mine, and I've been in contact with Mike a lot. Believe it or not, I'm going to try to get an interview with Mike, because Mike is a really good person, and I really think that he should be our governor if I don't run. I said that to myself. If I don't run, he should be the governor. Watch this.
You personally called up ICE and asked them to get anyone out of New York.
As the governor of New York, I have an entire state police force
Have
that
you personally
carries on
called
my
anybody up
directions.
and asked ICE to get anyone out of New York? Yes or no?
My state police acts as my agency. And
You
my
have
surrogate.
not, correct?
When I say me, I'm referring to my entities such as the state
Oh,
police that
you're
handle.
like Governor Cuomo. I am the government.
That's your
position?
characterization, not mine.
Yes or no? Should ICE have been called on Sebastian Zapata Cali?
Who's that?
Can you refresh me as to the circumstances of the case?
He's the individual who burned the woman alive on the train.
She don't
course.
even
Should
know his
ICE
name.
have been called on him?
NYPD was handling that situation.
Should ICE have been called? That's my question. Yes or no?
If there was an arrest made, he should have been deported after conviction, yes.
Okay. So, Governor, when you were sworn in 2021, you signed an executive order keeping many of Governor Cuomo's executive orders in place, including EO 170. Interestingly enough, you did not include EO 170.1. Are you familiar with EO 170.1?
I don't have it in front of me. I have thousands of executive.
I have it right here,
But
Governor.
Sure you
signed
do.
it, though.
And what you did,
signed
you
it.
waited several years until this year, January 16th of this year, in which you finally signed it and reinstated it into law. Why did you wait until just 4 days before Donald Trump was sworn in as president to sign EO 170.1 into law? And to refresh your memory, it basically mandates that federal immigration authorities cannot enforce civil arrests in New York State buildings. Why did you wait several years to reinstate that?
Because we had a high level of confidence that under the previous administration that people going into the courthouses, whether they're victims of crimes, witnesses of crimes, would have their rights protected. I had no
In other
assurance
words,
that that would
you
happen.
believed they would not enforce federal immigration law, and you were concerned that President Trump and his administration would enforce federal immigration law?
We thought it was important for victims of crimes and witnesses to murders, for example, that they have access to courts without being threatened or intimidated.
Yeah. Speaking of crime, more than 3,200 illegal immigrants have been arrested in New York City for committing crimes while living in taxpayer-funded housing under your watch, Governor. Governor, are you aware of any law or executive order that would prevent a citizen of New York, a citizen of the United States, from facing criminal or civil enforcement in a state building?
I'm not aware.
So you think that citizens should be treated less than and have less protections than illegal immigrants?
No, we
Is that what
refer-
you're saying?
Our state laws say we cooperate in all criminal cases. I've made that very clear over the last.
Yeah, but you're not doing that. That's
Yeah, I got more of you. It ain't over. We got more sprinkles down the line of Jokel Hokel. We gonna keep on going right now. I want to see what you guys got to say about this. Fire, exactly. Facts. What else you guys? You used derangement in the wrong context. You would be the one with Trump derangement syndrome. You're not talking about me. I'll get you out of here for playing with me like that also. If y'all care so much, go join them in Mills Neck. Go join them in Mexico. Exactly. Every CEO or high status positive position, I don't know. Okay, says change. What we got from Matt Bull? She's batshit crazy. Reminds me of Pelosi. She's fucking stupid. You're right about that. I can't stand this freaking joker. That's your favorite thing to say. I don't know. She's getting cooked like the Dems that have jailed a tough, that haven't had a tough enough stance. Okay, you're right. Agreed. That's right, y'all. She's getting cooked and she's gonna keep on getting cooked. I Hills Native America, but I want to stay here. Yeah, you about to get up off here. If you don't like America, you're going to get up off our bottom line. How about that? I'm going to get you up off here quick, fast, and in a hurry. Just like my grandmother used to say, faster than the cat can lick his ass. Yeah, boy could lie. Faster than the cat can lick his ass. That's what my grandmother used to say. And you keep on playing around with America, I'm going to get you up out of here. Just like my grandmother said, faster than the cat can lick his ass. And now we're going to keep on moving forward because we got to go on over to Fort Bragg with some full remarks from the President Donald Trump. Yes, I know he said this last week, but there's certain bullet points that we want to cover. Also want to give a big shout out and thank you, everybody. Everybody say good looking out to Captain Kills Note, Captain Coke for $2. He says illegals have no more rights than we do. That's right. And I want to know how come they were getting those ATM checks? They were getting licenses. There's still whole complexes where they were getting free rent for like 2 years. Check this out. We're going to swing it real quick and come right back.
It'd be burning today, just like their houses were burning a number of months ago. Generations of Army heroes did not shed their blood on distant shores only to watch our country be destroyed by invasion and third world lawlessness here at home, like is happening in California. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not let that happen. It's never going to happen. What you're witnessing in California is a full-blown assault on peace, on public order, and on national sovereignty carried out by rioters bearing foreign flags with the aim of continuing a foreign invasion of our country. We're not going to let that happen. Remember, millions of people were allowed to come into our country totally unchecked and unvetted by stupid people or radical left people or sick people. But regardless, open border policy, the dumbest policy yet. I would say even dumber than men playing in women's sports.
The reason I let that play is because I watched the clip yesterday of somebody, a rioter, riding around in a circle in Los Angeles with a Mexican flag while our flag was burning on the ground. Also, I told you guys already, my dad was a weapons specialist in the Army. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw me your hammer when it's jammed, fix it and throw it back to you during combat. So I don't play when it comes down to the Army. You saw who was back there. So I don't care if they played that 3 days ago. I'm down with the Army and I'm down with the USA. And if you play with my flag, I have a problem with that. Yes, I am a Black American, but that's still my flag. And you will not burn my flag and be riding around on a motorcycle trying to act up. Ooh, see, that's when I probably would not have been here anymore, you guys. I'm not even going to play with you because I could not have just seen that happening. It would have been a problem. It would have been a problem for them or me. Yeah, because riding around with the flag, all of that stuff like that, jumping up on cars and waving your flag, the Mexican flag, while my flag is burning on the ground, I couldn't go for that. Y'all call me what y'all want, Uncle Tom, whatever like that. I'm not going for it. I wish they said, oh, how come there was no Black people down there? You know why there wasn't no Black people down there? Because we ain't got nothing to do with that, honestly. And another thing, how about this? We should have been down there for them messing around with my flag. Don't play with my flag like that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know there's coffee in the kitchen. That's right. Somebody said, I know there's coffee in the kitchen, but they got mad support for the show, and I appreciate that. Yeah, call me what y'all want, but y'all ain't nowhere in the world y'all gonna play my flag like that. And I'm seeing y'all light it up and all of that too, while you riding around. Ooh, that just was burning me up. So yes, that's why I played that clip. How'd you guys feel about seeing that? Because in some settings, in some videos, all you saw was him up there with that flag while I was burning. I'm gonna keep on going. I gotta get off of this. Got some breaking news. Stephanie goes completely nuts, committing illegal We gotta get into this other clip right here. I don't wanna. There's certain stuff like, and it happens to have two of the most illest things that I can't deal with right now. Kathy Joku Hoku and something like that would drive me completely nuts. Check this out right now, because somebody else is getting right back into her again. I told you it's not a game. When I get a chance to put my foot on Kathy Joku Hoku's neck, I make sure that we press down on it because she deserves it. Thank you guys, Captain, for the super chat. Thank you, Job 4, veteran here. Don't mess with my flag. Seriously, don't mess with my flag like that, yo.
Ms. Stefanik from New York.
Thank you. Governor Hochul, on your first day in office, you signed Executive Order 1. Is that correct?
I believe it is.
And you extended this executive order not once, not twice, but 3 times, most recently January 16th this year. Is that correct?
Right before.
If that's what your facts show, I signed countless executive orders.
I would assume you'd know
policies
it's
and laws.
Executive Order 1. And this is a continuation of your predecessor sanctuary state policies, correct? Is included in that.
I want to be sure we are defining sanctuary state.
So now when I call her Kathy Joku Hoku, can you guys really see what I'm talking about? I know it's a look and I shouldn't be going there. This is somebody that can't be made up to look good at all, no matter what. And all of a sudden she's trying to put lipstick on and certain stuff because she feels like the party's going to be behind her all of a sudden because she's fighting Trump. Looking like the real Joker. And she's a female.
I'll define it for you. It is the policy of the state that state officers or employees shall not disclose information to federal immigration authorities for the purpose of federal civil immigration enforcement. It goes on to say, law enforcement officers may not use resources, equipment, or personnel for the purpose of detecting and apprehending any individual suspected or wanted for violating a civil immigration office. Law enforcement officers have no authority in the state of New York to take any policy action solely because the person is an undocumented alien. That's a quote in your executive orders that you extended. Now, do you know who Sakir Akan is?
I want to get back to the first part.
No, I'm
of the
asking you a question. Do you know who
Well,
Sakir Akan is?
I want to make sure you understand that this simply says that we will cooperate with ICE.
No, it does not say that. I read what it says, and let me talk to you about the results. Do you know who Sakir Akan is? You should, as the governor of New York State. Do you know?
Refresh my recollection.
He was an illegal migrant in New York. And do you know what crime he committed in addition to being here illegally?
No, I do not.
You do not. This was widely reported. He found a 15-year-old girl, threatened her with a metal pole, told her to get into the back seat of his car. He took her clothes off, and he violently raped her in Albany, New York. Do you know who Sebastian Zapita Khalil is?
I'm sure you'll tell me there's many cases, whether they're
These are high-profile cases. New Yorkers know about them, and you don't. So let's talk about Sebastian Zapita Khalil. Do you know who that is?
I don't have the specific details at my disposal. No.
Well, this is an illegal migrant in New York because of your sanctuary state policies. Do you know what crime he committed?
I'm not familiar at this moment.
I bet you're going to be familiar when I remind you. He found a sleeping woman on the subway, lit her on fire, and burned her alive. This is in Kathy Hochul's New York. And as I'm sure you are aware, and I'll remind you, that ICE issued an order to detain this violent criminal, but that was rejected by New York officials due to sanctuary state laws.
So wait a minute. I'm thinking to myself yesterday, so does this mean that some eggs have to be broken in order for their laws to stay intact as far as the sanctuary city? So that's why we don't know about that case so much. We know that it happened, but we want to keep our laws in place. And it's just a small minor situation that's going against the vast thing that we're really trying to get over with is nothing, because she's a thuntanut and it makes absolutely no sense at all. At all. How you got somebody that did something crazy, get told that they're supposed to get up out of here, get paperwork to leave, and you don't want to tell them, and you don't want to enforce the fact that they're supposed to go because you don't like the administration? That's crazy. Impeach the governor. Moving forward, Captain Coat, thank you so much. And he's saying that she's a Zionist. I'm telling you, she's a thuntanut. She's one of the worst mayors that we ever had. A friend of mine that told me the other day, I was talking to my buddy, I was chilling with my buddy the other day, right? And next thing you know, he told me, he said, you know what? We had two major situations with governors. And I just thought about it. We had Spitzer that messed up, and then we wound up with the partially blinded governor that took over. And then now we have Cuomo that had the situation. And as a result of that, we have Kathy Joku Hochul, and DEI is keeping her here. She will get voted in again. Guarantee you. I'm telling you straight up and down. Sanctuary city and all that. Definitely gonna keep her in it. So let me keep on moving forward. Ooh, I'm burning up about this fool. Florida, road rage incidents leads to pow pow. Check this out, you guys. I got something for you. Who we got up in here? I want to make sure I got that super chat. I want to make sure that super chat has been covered because I appreciate you. Casey, I already know we got coffee in the kitchen. We got to keep on moving forward because your boy got that work this Sunday morning. I got that work. Come on, let's keep on going, y'all. Let's keep on going. Stay with me here. Stay with me, stay on topic so we can have a fantastic show. All y'all got to do is stay in the huddle, and I got you. Let's go.
Yeah, you hear that? That's gunfire. Shots were fired on a busy Hillsborough County roadway, and this could have turned out much worse. Several gunshots were exchanged during this road rage incident in Brandon. in yesterday afternoon. And new tonight, the driver who fired the first shot appeared in court and will remain in jail until her next hearing. Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon reports on the growing number of road rage cases we're seeing on our Bay Area streets.
Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister says those who choose violence on our roadways will face serious consequences. And 21-year-old Aiden Richards faces a slew of charges, including attempted murder. 2:15 Thursday afternoon, a driver's dash camera captured road rage at the intersection of South Hilltop Road and West Brandon Boulevard. After a liquid was poured on the blue Hyundai, as the light turns green, a barrage of gunfire rings out. Hillsborough County deputies say the altercation escalated with 21-year-old Aiden Richards pulling out a gun and firing. Deputies say the driver of the other vehicle shot back, hitting Richards and the vehicle she was in.
You're charged with 2 counts of shooting at, within, or into a vehicle, 2 counts of attempted murder in the second degree with a firearm discharge, and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Richards walked with a limp as she appeared in court Friday afternoon. Drivers in Brandon say road rage is becoming all too common.
This area is so busy with traffic, it's not really that shocking. And people, it's hot out, so between that and everything, and unfortunately, it seems more normal than it should be.
Jenny Shields says she tries to avoid frustrating other drivers, but it can still happen.
I just try to avoid confrontation and maybe do a slight wave that's obviously not aggressive, and if not, just keep going or maybe go down a different street if I feel like somebody's being aggressive.
The Florida Highway Patrol says Jenny's advice is right. You want to create distance from the aggravated driver and try to get away.
First of all, don't make eye contact. Get away from the driver immediately. Don't make hand gestures at them or just stay away from that at all costs.
It's confrontations like these law enforcement continue to see.
Got to be careful out there. Some people in the comments are saying that our women are loco now. You got some other people saying that people are no longer sensitive to human life. We got other comments that saying what not with warmongering trills nump. Now they're defacing our flag with Mexico flag added to our flag, abomination, period. Okay, we got Sal that says your opinion doesn't matter. We got another person that says executive orders are just suggestions by the president. It's not law. What else we got? Google Act 5240.01. We need mental health reform. We definitely do. A lot of people out here are running around loco and they have not had the right type of it's just a lot of stress out here with a lot of people as well. People are really fighting and biting the bullet to try to make it, no pun intended. And then it's just like the people are no longer sensitive to other people's cares anymore. It's not just New York where people put their head down and ignore major issues that are going on. It's happening all over the world now. And that's really hard. You know, we don't have like certain people that there's no care in it anymore. It's not that much care anymore in the world, which is pretty sad. We got to keep on moving forward because we got this Sheriff's Association that had the audacity, yes, the audacity to sue Judge Hatchett. Remember Judge Hatchett with the Judge Hatchett show? After a sheriff was convicted of groping her. They were at a conference. He walked up to her and basically groped. I'm going to let her tell her what happened. But let me tell you what also happened. Not only did he do that, he pled guilty to it, and now they're suing her. Check this out, you guys. I want you guys to see this right here. Remember the Judge Hatchett show? Also, again, guys, I want to know where you're chiming in from so that we make sure that we keep on, we keep up with the content right now and let you guys know. Oh, here we go, right here. Let's go.
Assault case filed by a prominent television judge against a Georgia sheriff. Channel 2 Action News has learned Judge Glenda Hatchett is being sued for damages by the Georgia Sheriff's Association after the Bleckley County Sheriff pleaded guilty to sexual battery in her case. In the last 90 minutes, we learned the judge did not rule on that case today. It's a story that's only on Channel 2. Prominent television judge Glenda Hatchett sued former Bleckley County Sheriff Chris Coody after she says he groped her in 2022 at a Georgia Sheriff's Association event in a bar at a Cobb County hotel.
Upstate.
This is from an interview that we did with Judge Hatchett in 2023.
But then he grabbed my breast, was squeezing on my breast and rubbing my breast.
Coody pleaded guilty to sexual battery, admitting he groped her breast at the event. The former sheriff resigned, received 12 months probation, 40 hours of community service, and a $500 fine. He was also ordered to take an alcohol and drug abuse course.
Now, you would think that the case is over after that, right? Watch this.
I was stunned. I was angry at myself because I'm like, why didn't I slap him? Why didn't I kick him? But Karen, I was just in that moment, I was just frozen.
Hatchett filed suit against the former sheriff and the Sheriff's Association for legal fees and damages, asking for a jury trial. But she dropped that suit in May of last year after it was moved to Morgan County. In a turn of events, the Georgia Sheriff's Association, which represents sheriffs across the state, has now filed a civil suit against Hatchett, claiming it was a frivolous lawsuit demanding she pay the group's legal fees and damages.
That's why.
I've reached out to the Georgia Sheriff's Association and left a message for comment. I also reached out to the Gwinnett County Sheriff, Keepo Taylor, who is a member of the association. He told me, in part, the incident was inappropriate, should have never happened, and that's not how sheriffs anywhere should act. It's below the standards of sheriffs. He did not feel her lawsuit was frivolous. New developments.
The problem is they already paid a lawsuit for her. She didn't try to get a lot of damages. She only wanted her legal fees taken care of, right? Which probably wasn't that much. But now the Sheriff's Association probably wants their money back, which is pretty crazy. That's a story that you guys not going to see everywhere. And that's why I always ask you guys, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen so we can get those likes up. What that does is it informs YouTube that our bottom line is on and we rocking and shocking and y'all appreciate the content. Sends that message up, right? And then YouTube says, hey, let everybody know with notifications that our bottom line is on. And it gets much more people over here. Again, we understand that it's hard out here for a pimp. And them pockets is probably touching. We get it. It's a little rough. So that's why we don't ask for no dough. I mean, if you got a donation, we appreciate it. But we got some coffee in the kitchen, so we straight. We really like to get those likes up to let more people know what we're doing over here. Get you guys to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we get some more members. We're trying to get it to 100 million members. Let's go for it, y'all. Let's get 100 million members over here and make sure that we stay the #1 show out here. Let's keep on rocking. And I got some more for you guys. Let's keep going. That was pretty crazy. I see you guys in the comments saying, so why is she getting sued? How dare her? And then he admitted to it. The man admitted to it, had to pay the fine, and he had to do probation. And she is the one that has to be sued now because they want their money back. That's pretty crazy. That's how lawyers are, y'all. Thank you so much. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, even including myself. Happy Father's Day to you guys because they never remember us. Get them funky ties out of here. We don't want no cheap breakfast and no bull crap no more. We want better gifts. We want better gifts. We want better gifts. With the money we give y'all, we want better gifts. We deserve it. We brought y'all here. Don't play no games when y'all need that tire fixed, when y'all stuck on the side of the road, who y'all call? Dad, can you do this for me? You need another $40 again? Like, stop playing with me. How many times you gonna mess them sneakers up? Oh my God, I gotta take you back over here for this. Boy, if I'm not gonna take you to the hospital no more. Next time I'm gonna leave you down there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, we deserve it. Fathers deserve it too. Fixing a bike, all that stuff. Got to call you to fix the radiator holes in the car and told you 5,000 times to put the water in there. Don't let the gauge go down. Y'all know what we good for. Don't play with us. We want better gifts and we demand better gifts, y'all. Let's keep on moving forward right now because, y'all, we got the Thunthadont, yes, AOC, who declares and engaged in criminal acts. That's right. She's trying to say Washington and the administration, that was a criminal act when they sent over the National Guard. That's what AOC has to say about it, you guys. And we're going to keep on moving with that because that's what she's got for us. So we're going to go for it. Here we go.
Lady
Thank
in back, recognizes Mr. Ocasio-Cortez from New York.
All right, well, that was some kind of bingo going on over there. I don't know what's going on. Anyways.
Oh, I know what's going on.
Thank you to the witnesses for coming here today. I apologize for the treatment that the four of you have been subjected to. And Governor Walz, I just have to say, I know you're getting a lot of grief from the majority here, but you know, we are talking about individuals who have cheered on an individual who issued a Nazi salute from behind the presidential seal of the United States of America, who have cheered on the pardoning of individuals who attacked the United States Capitol and flew a Nazi flag and the flag of the Confederacy, traitors to the United States, sworn enemies of the United States of America, through the capital of this nation. And now they want to act offended because someone has the courage to say, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, maybe it's a duck.
All right. That's how AOC be speaking at national meetings, y'all. That's how she puts her words together so eloquently. If it quack quack like a duck and it quack quack walks like a duck, I guess whack whack it's a duck. Would you get up out of here with that thun conversation? But I had to let you guys see that. Now we got some serious content to get into because we got 109 children that have been rescued, and guess what? 244 people have been arrested in a sting. Widespread and a child, yeah, that's what they was going for. Got them for the, nope, I'm going to let them tell it because I might say a word that's going to send that circle around and y'all going to be like, what happened to our bottom line? What happened to the show? So I'm going to let them tell it because it's a very sensitive situation. Let's go to Texas, y'all.
Authorities are calling it a successful roundup of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our JD Miles.
Good operation.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with exploiting children for the purpose of sex trafficking or pornography. It's the end of a month-long investigation by federal and local law enforcement of a crime that authorities say is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues, but also to the seizure of terabytes of child abuse sex material through a collaborative effort that started 10 years ago and now includes 70 Texas law enforcement agencies.
Wow. What started as a small team with a bold idea has grown into something very powerful.
In a lot of these cases, authorities say the sex offenders never actually meet their victims face to face, but instead use technology to coerce them into sending explicit images and videos.
Then they extort them.
The head of the Dallas FBI office says the methods used are not just involving social media, but also online gaming systems.
So I think for many of us, I'll speak for my generation, we were raised to be concerned about faceless strangers that might try to contact us or cause us harm on the street. But we've moved past that. Again, predators have access to our children in our home through technology.
Authorities urge families to use parental controls on any devices kids use, and be aware there are more faces like these still out there. In Dallas, JD Miles, CBS News, Texas.
Now again, the way that we do it, we like to put the fat on our brains is what we call it over here, to stay well informed, stay well rounded, to make sure that our team, our bottom line, we know what's happening, and all of the sneaking crazy tactics that they're trying to pull on us ain't gonna work. And we gotta protect what? Gotta protect the children, y'all, because I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they have inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going, y'all. Let's keep on going. What we got? Okay, we got, this isn't exactly Newsom strong suit, says Harris Faulkner. Check this out, you guys. I always like to grab some stuff. I always like to get a little bit of dialogue from everywhere. Might be a little bit of, I look at what we do over here sometimes like cooking. Take a little bit of adobo, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You know, we got to spice it up. So we get information from everywhere, y'all. So let's keep on going, y'all. Let's keep this morning turned up. So now what we about to do, let me see if this clip is actually here. I probably didn't like that. Oh no, I did. I let it go. I let this happen. So let's go, y'all. Let's go.
The world watches this tense situation in the Middle East changing minute by minute.
Unrest is unfolding here in the United States. Just yesterday, a district court ruled that President Trump illegally deployed the National Guard to Los Angeles to respond to anti-ICE riots there. That happened late last night. But literally hours later, the story changed. If you woke up thinking the district court judge had won the day, you would be wrong, because the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned the decision, giving President Trump a temporary win, allowing him to keep the National Guard on the grounds in LA. We've seen how violent those riots have gotten over the last few days. And
So now myself, I was not in Los Angeles. I've been following it. You guys that are actually in Los Angeles, you guys know better than me. So I would really appreciate if you chime in and put some fat on our brains and let us know how did it really go down? Do you feel that the National Guard had to go in, or that the police would be able to contain what was going on? Do you feel as if because, you know, we've got a lot of people like AOC, Elizabeth Warren, and Maxine Waters that claim that if they had not sent the National Guard in, it wouldn't have escalated to the point that you guys see there. So I want to know, do you guys feel the same way? In Los Angeles, people, you guys can tell me firsthand account, because you know and you were actually there. So I need you guys to let me know that. Okay, good morning, Tim Majin. Good morning, Ice baby. Doom, 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 says Kevin. What else we got over here? Joey says what? Yes, they were needed, says Job for 9. Okay, Cook Joey. What else you got? You got Alex that says name a rapper for an edit. What else you got? I don't know what else you got. You know what? Yeah, 100% needed. Thank you guys for staying on point. I seen the skinhead looking at IT almost get ran over. Oh, what a mess. It was pretty crazy out there, yo. Love the country. It has treated us better than Spain did when we love it. Okay, we got this person over there that says American Puerto Ricans. Okay, we're gonna keep on going. Gavin Newsom was capping. Okay.
now this weekend, there are more nationwide protests expected to happen. We've seen a mix of protesters at these riots. They're supposed to be ICE focused, but we have seen images showing some waving the Palestinian flag, as you see there, while wearing keffiyehs around their necks. And now with the situation escalating in Israel with Iran, concern is growing over how that might fold into the protest designed for this weekend. George P., I want to start with this ruling. You had Judge Breyer out of San Francisco saying that President...
I'm sorry, but we don't do feelings. Whoa, 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 feeling. No, we don't do the feelings over here. We feel for y'all. We appreciate the content, but we got to keep on moving forward because my deck is stacked so crazy, it's not even funny. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. What I got right here, let me make sure first, because I just killed something by mistake and I didn't notice it. So I got to make sure I got to see what I got here. Okay, Jim Jordan, it's his turn, and I love it. I told you we're going to have a lot of spice going on this morning. We're going to have a lot of different things happening, and we have to add different ingredients. So you've already seen a couple of people talk to Kathy Jokel Hochul, right? No. That was a long meeting. They sat for a long time, and many people asked a lot of questions that I wanted to hear her answer, and I wanted her to be in front of a bunch of people like she was in this setting, so that she could actually be directly asked about the nonsense and how she's running the government when it comes down to New York City, New York State. Let's go, Kathy Jokel Hochul again. Bring your Jokel self right back in front of the dartboard. Come on.
From Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor Hochul, third paragraph, second sentence in your written testimony, you said New York State cooperates with U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement in criminal cases. Governor, who's Jesus Romero Hernandez?
Thank you. I want to reaffirm that we do cooperate in cases where...
That wasn't the question. I just read your statement. I can read your statement. Who is Jesus Romero Hernandez?
I don't have the details on every single person in the state of 20 million people.
I understand, but this guy's a citizen of Mexico, deported 7 times, came to your state, assaulted one of your residents with a machete, choked a police officer, then when he was in custody, assaulted a corrections officer. ICE finds out this guy is in your state's custody, and they send you a detainer. You're familiar with a detainer, right?
Yes, I am.
Notice of action, immigration detainer to Tompkins County Jail from Syracuse Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Section 1, they check a couple boxes. The first one they check is a final order of removal against the alien has taken place. That means a court has said This guy needs to go. This machete wielding, cop choking, corrections officer assaulting guy needs to go. Then they also check another box and they say biometric confirmation of who this individual is, this alien's identity. So they got the right guy, and a court has said he needs to go. Any idea what Tompkins County Jail decided to do with that detainer order?
I will tell you this, the state of
it's a specific question.
Well, I'm
what
telling you-
did Tompkins County do?
the descriptions you have put forth are absolutely chilling and disturbing and
course they are.
reprehensible to all of us.
Which
My job is to protect
is
the
why I'm
people of New
asking the
York.
question. What
And
did Tompkins County do?
What I have responsibility
I will tell
for
you,
are
since you're not going to
state
answer.
courts,
We
state
cannot
police.
and will not hold Mr. Hernandez.
Yeah.
We can't keep the machete guy who had choked a police officer and assaulted a corrections officer. We can't keep him. In fact, we have the back and forth from Tompkins County and ICE on January 28th of this year, 8:56 p.m. Tompkins County tells ICE, we're not going to hold this guy. 7 minutes later, ICE responds back, we will be there to take custody this evening. 24 minutes later, Thompson County reiterates, we're not going to have him. We're not going to turn him over. 10:45. ICE arrives at the jail. 1 hour and 18 minutes later, and guess what? Mr. Hernandez is not there. They couldn't wait 1 hour and 18 minutes for a guy who assaulted one of your residents with a machete, choked a police officer, and then when in custody, assaulted corrections officers. That is sanctuary policy in a nutshell. And that is what your state supports, and so do these other governors.
Okay, we got to keep on moving forward because you signed the papers, thunted on Joku Hoku. And yeah, that was the slam dunk by Jordan, and I had to let him do that. He ain't Michael Jordan, but he dunked all over her head like he was. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got this situation where the feds basically charged an illegal alien in a Molotov cocktail attack on an officer. And guess what? They got him. He threw the one that was throwing the Mills Molotov cocktails. They got him. What y'all got for this over here? We got this world is huge and fruitful. Why are we up at each other's asses? Excuse my language, but come on, it's pointless. Everybody hates each other according to the live streams and news. Okay, let's bring him to her neighborhood next. Okay, states stand up. We got ISIS going to courts, taking people who are trying to get legalized in the way that they should be doing. How is that helpful? What you voted for? I don't think that that's right if they're trying to do it correctly. I think that you're right on that aspect. Nice church suit. Nope, every day we do this. Can't you tell? I know how to wear it. When you wear a church suit, you don't know how to wear a suit well. When a certain person puts on a suit, you can tell, oh, that's his church suit, because he don't know how to wear it. It's not conforming to him, and he's not used to it. So Bugatti got a bunch of suits in that closet. Can't you tell? I do this every day. So yeah, keep on moving, you guys. Tell Jim Jordan to turn evidence for those children that were abused. Okay, good question, good one right there. What else we got? We got Alejandro in the building that says peace, blessings to all, no matter which side we on. That's right. Thank you so much, Alejandro. This is where we come to get the information out, to let you guys know what's going on. We don't pick sides over here. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's get this going. Come on.
Well, this is a Fox News alert. Charges being filed now against some Los Angeles ICE protesters in connection with the Molotov cocktail attacks. Let's listen in for a moment.
Cocktails at police officers. Last Saturday, one defendant, Emiliano Galvez, hid behind a fence and threw the destructive device at a sheriff's deputy, then ran away. Deputies gave chase and arrested him. That's the video you actually see playing right there. The following day, a police officer apprehended the other defendant, Raki Quigui, after spotting him with a Molotov cocktail in his hand. Officers witnessed him throw the device in the air and then arrested him with a lighter in his right hand. I commend our prosecutors and our law enforcement partners for swiftly taking action.
No, but this was a peaceful protest. Molotov cocktails, they was using those like like birthday candles. You guys are missing the mark. You guys are missing the message here. They were not trying to hurt anybody as per Elizabeth Warren and Maxine Waters. They did not have to send in the National Guard. But what are the Molotov cocktails about? Just want to know. Maybe an apple spritzer or maybe some other kind of cocktail, but that's the kind of cocktail that don't nobody need nowhere, especially when it's lit and being thrown at you, huh? What y'all think about that in the comments? Why do other countries do, okay, what else you guys got? It's poison. Yeah, Jesus was here to help us escape space and time. This guy is a clown, right? Says Alex McKenzie. You're about to leave. Okay, and what else we got over here? Owned by Disney. Happy Father's Day. This is so horrible. Why can't people improve the community instead of destroying, but understand free speech? That's right. He would allow them to walk on water to get across the Rio Grande. Okay. Keep on going, you guys. We got to keep on moving over here because what we got over here? We got this passenger who missed the flight and did the stupidest thing in the world. What would be the dumbest thing in the world that you guys would consider if you miss a flight? Normally you miss a flight. Damn, I missed my flight. I got to rebook. I might have to come back tomorrow. I am not even going to verbally tell you guys what this stunter did because they're going to cut me off the screen. I'm going to let this video tell you what this fool did. Let's go. I want you guys to see this right here. I want you guys to see this right here. And this is, to me, the stupidest thing that you could ever do when you miss your flight. On Spirit Air. Yes, Spirit Airlines. Come on to the front of the stage, y'all. Come on.
It happened at Detroit Metropolitan Airport.
We have a situation, so we unfortunately are going to have to deboard this aircraft, and everybody's going to have to be rescreened.
Spirit Airlines Flight 2145 to Los Angeles on Thursday stopped and held on the runway after a caller phoned in a bomb threat.
If you cooperate with me, which I greatly appreciate if you could, I will get this done as quick as I can for you.
Everyone on board removed from the plane and screened on the runway by TSA dogs. But within just a few hours, the FBI said they had their suspect, 23-year-old John Charles Robinson, who allegedly admitted to calling in the threat after arriving too late for the flight and telling the Spirit Airlines rep on the phone, there's going to be someone that's going to try to blow up that flight, 2145. When Robinson then showed up for the flight that he'd been rebooked on, he was arrested, now charged with use of a cell phone to threaten, maliciously convey a bomb threat, and phoning in false information. In a statement, the U.S. Attorney in Detroit says, no American wants to hear the words bomb and airplane in the same sentence. Making this kind of threat undermines our collective sense of security and wastes valuable law enforcement resources. Robinson is now out on a $10,000 bond. His first court appearance is on June 27th.
They said, excuse me, sir, what's your name here? Do me a favor, come here for a minute. Watch your head. And he had to take the stupid long ride, get locked up, they won't let him out. I guarantee you he's gonna be banned from flying. So you better get a discount Greyhound bus ticket for wherever you're trying to go, my friend. Also, you might be wanting to take the train to the plane. Take the train. Yeah, you're gonna be on the train or you're gonna be on the bus. Because I guarantee you they're gonna ban him from any flights moving forward. Let's go, y'all. We got to get over to Miami Gardens. This one Miami Gardens pastor who turns down a plea deal and risks 65 years in prison. Yeah, in prison. Already got jammed up for a whole bunch of other stuff. He's locked up now for a case. The judge said, look, we give you a year and a half and we're going to throw this other thing out. No, I don't want to take that. He's looking at 65 years. And I think between me and you, he's going to get locked up and they ain't going to let him out. Y'all, let's get into this clip right here. I want you guys to see this crazy situation right here because it's a lot of nonsense going on. But oh my God, this is the maraschino cherry on top when it come down to him. He think the Lord going to help him. He think the Lord is going to step in and help him with all his cases. But I guarantee you, he ain't going to get no help from the Lord above. He going to get them silver bracelets. Watch this right here, y'all.
Pastor accused of stealing back in court today. Eric Redden rejected a plea deal and faces up to 65 years behind bars if convicted at trial. Local 10 investigator Jeff Weiss here, live in the newsroom with what happened in court. Jeff.
Pastor Redden seems to be rolling the dice, and today the judge made sure he clearly understands the risk. He's facing up to 65 years in prison. The state's offer just a year and a day behind bars.
So it's my understanding that you are facing a total of 65 years in state prison if you are found guilty at trial.
They ain't got no fried chicken, hog, mog, or fat back in there. You might want to reconsider, Gus. I'm serious because you look like you like food. They ain't got none of that in prison. Let's go.
5 years in prison, the state's offer, just a year and a day behind bars.
Yeah, I would have took
So it's my understanding that you are facing a total of 65 years in state prison if you are found guilty at trial.
Inside a Miami-Dade courtroom, Judge Christine Hernandez laid out what's at stake. The deal on the table could keep Miami Gardens pastor Eric Redden out of prison for decades. The state's offer: 366 days in state prison, 10 years probation, restitution to the victim. It is a deal Redden rejected.
This is your case. This is your life. These are the decisions that you have to make with consultation with your lawyer. I just want to make sure you understand the plea offer that's being extended. You understand what you're facing if a jury finds you guilty of these charges.
Pastor Redden charged with organized fraud, exploitation of the elderly, theft, and grand theft. Those are charges that stem from a 2017 Local 10 News investigation. It was back then Edward Fuller, a retired postal worker, told us Redden convinced him to transfer part ownership of his home under the pretense of helping secure a loan for construction. Instead, Redden allegedly sold the house without Fuller's knowledge, kept all the money, $267,000. There seems to be a pattern. Redden recently accepted a no-contest plea in Broward County.
You're going to be missing some meals, Mr. Redden, looking like Carl Winslow. Uncle Carl. You look just like Carl Winslow, y'all.
Agreeing to pay nearly $200,000 in restitution to victims in Davie and Lauderdale Lakes who also say Redden tried to take their properties under false pretenses. Plus, a grand theft auto charge against Redden, recently dropped in Broward, could soon resurface in Dade.
This case is likely coming back for Mr. Redden, and there's an arrest warrant that may be drafted in the next few days.
So now he got a warrant, he got cases, he looked like Carl Winslow, he gonna be missing massive meals, and you know it's gonna be, come on, you know he like to eat. You can't tell by that man's girth that he like to eat. Carl, Uncle Carl, could you come help me put my bike together? Carl. Oh, God.
He wants to take the Fuller case to trial, not sure if he's going to change his mind. And right now that trial is set for July 7th. We, of course, will keep you posted.
I will keep you posted on Uncle Carl Winslow, what he winds up doing. I think he gonna wind up getting locked up, and he gonna get the 65. He gonna get the 65, he getting locked up, cause she warned him, y'all. Oh, she already told your dumb ass. Are you sure you don't want to take the deal they're trying to make? He tried to say no. The next time he go back, all he's gonna hear is click clack. Put your arms behind your back. Now you gotta go to jail because your dumb ass got locked up. They ain't gonna let him out. Woo! We got this LA bystander who straight up and down body slam one of them. Boom! Like one of these crazy people was actually acting up in front of the what do you call those people, in front of the National Guard or the police or whoever, as this was actually happening last week when they were rioting and throwing stuff. So we had this stupid guy that went over there and did the Dave Chappelle jiggly dance in front of the crowd, in front of the mob, and then he like took his drink and he threw it. Next thing you know, some dude that needed to be drafted from the NFL came out of nowhere. Horace Johnson, number 47, North Carolina. Boom! Y'all know that commercial, right? When y'all see that whatever hits, like the little bull that knocked the baby down, and then the next scene you see the bull with the mouth like, yeah, Johnny the Bull, 72 pounds, Georgia State. Yeah, check this clip out right here. I want you guys to see this right here. This one here is a doozy. I'm talking about, the bad part is they didn't even help him up after he helped them by spiking this guy and sending him to the pavement very rapidly. As you can see, we got two guys right here right now that are dancing around pretty crazy in front of the police because they're used to being able to do that because they know the police can't do anything to them. So you know what happens? This gentleman here has a drink in his hand. He decides to take it a little further, and all I can say is, Spike Lee. I gotta turn the audio down because there's music playing in the back. There's nothing wrong with the audio, but I gotta show you guys what's going on. Let's turn the audio off, hit that button, and don't miss nothing. Let's go. We got the little crip walk, spaz out, bam, and here we go. Spike Lee, bazinga. Yeah. So a little bit of action going on there. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're gonna play it back one more time. As you can see, the little, the Chicano Mexican, the little dance that he did. And then the bystander is body slammed by a protester after he threw a can at the police after officers doing the ongoing riots in Los Angeles. As you guys can see, him getting spiked. Leading up to the textbook tackle, the protester was seen dancing and taunting the sheriff deputies before throwing the can at the officer. And as you guys can see, Spike comes right after that, after he gets pepper sprayed in the face. Officers fired the tear gas and the protester. As he attempted to get away, a bystander body slammed the protester, as you guys can see right here. Bystander's tackle on the protesters led to the man who threw the can at the deputies being arrested. Law enforcement sources confirmed to TMZ that the suspect who did this was arrested, booked, and is now in county jail. Give one up for that citizen that did that nice spiking. Yeah. Number 74, South Carolina, hit me 3. Boom! Oh man, y'all know what we do over here. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and keep those likes up to let people know that we doing this. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. This is our bottom line. What y'all got for me in the comments? Happy Father's Day and Mental Health Month. That's right. That was smooth, right? Happy Father's Day, gents. Ice, ice, baby. Here we go. Doom, 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 doo, doom, doom. Doo, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doo, doom, doom. Doo doom doom, doom 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 doo doom doom, doo doom doom, doom 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 doom. All right, stop. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Folded him like a panini. We have had a lot of full moons this month. That guy was flying. Yes, Bugatti reporting live, baby. That's right. Again, that's right. LOL, awesome. Whack-a-mole. Somebody said whack-a-mole. Boop, boop, boop. That was crazy, y'all. Let's keep on going because we got this TSA situation where TSA issues a strong warning about juice jacking in airports. I told you this was going to be a long show today, but I said to myself, do I not put this clip in? And then I said to myself, I got to protect my people. They got to know about stuff like this. This is called juice jacking. It's brand new. And the brazenness of going into an airport to pull this off, woo, not me. Let me tell you something. Not only don't certain black people be scared of horror movies, and if we hear, chill, 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 notice how there's nobody in the screen no more. No conversation, nothing. We don't play with horror, woods, and damn sure don't mess around with no police. And federal police, damn sure ain't messing around with no federal police. So the stuff that these people be doing, they be rolling the dice in a way that we definitely would never do. I see what you're trying to do over there, but guess what? I got this clip loaded and locked, and I'm ready to go. So I saw you try to slide over. I see you, so let's go. I'm on point today. Yeah, let's go. Here we go, y'all.
I have, and I need to again right now. Charged your phone at one of the USB ports here in the airport? I have, and I need to again right now. Many airline travelers taking advantage of the convenience charging cell phones at public USB ports located inside the terminal while waiting for a flight. But it might not be safe. You see, the Transportation Security Administration now issuing a warning. The TSA says hackers can install malware at USB ports, stealing your personal data. It's known as port jacking. That's something that is really dangerous, and so I'm going to not do that this time.
When you plug into these airport devices, when they're first installed, they're fine. But people go through the airport, they plug things into them, and then you plug into them, and then you become the victim.
Danny Jenkins is a cybersecurity expert.
You put it in between the USB device and you plug it in, the attacker plugs something bad in, you plug your thing in, and suddenly it's presenting as a keyboard to your device, or it can push you to an app store app that's malicious onto your phone. So you've got to be super careful when you're plugging into external USB ports.
So what is the safest thing to do at the airport when you're traveling? Well, cybersecurity experts that I talk to tell me it's pretty simple.
Power.
Using your own plug
And the
and your
power
own
jack,
cord,
the
all you
wall.
got to do is plug it right into an electrical outlet like this one.
It's like, that's a little scary, but I don't know. I bring my own stuff, but I just plug into the wall, I guess.
Even after we told them about the TSA warning, these travelers admitting they would probably still take the risk in a public USB port if their cell phone was low on power. What happens? Are you going to do it anyway if you need charge?
Probably. I'll need it to catch an Uber when I get home, so if I didn't have power, yes.
The TSA suggests getting around this problem by bringing your own portable charging device with you when you travel.
All right, y'all heard that. I'm trying to keep you guys out of getting jammed up in situations. Every time I can learn something, it's like, why not share it with our bottom line family? That's right, so that we all are on point, we all got some fat on our brain, and that we're all being vigilant, diligent about certain things. Y'all appreciate the content. Do me a favor, double tap that screen. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. That's right. Stay turned up, stay happy. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. If you have not become a member already, become a member of the show. Go ahead and do that. Subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so that you know whenever we're on. Keep on moving forward right now. We got to get to this Florida motorcyclist. Y'all thought it was over. I see people saying, see you later. Nope, we still got more. Told you we running long today because your boy got a lot in the clip. Florida motorcyclist hit by a 6-foot gator while driving down the road. Why is this relevant to me? Because I have a motorcycle called the Autobot B600. He has an Instagram page at the Autobot 600. It's at the Autobot B600. You guys go ahead and join that page. If you want to join and subscribe to or be a friend of mine on Instagram, I am the same person at BOOGOTTINYC. Go ahead and go over to my Instagram page. Hit me up over there. You dialogue, a whole bunch of stuff that we got going on. Follow me over there. But I want you guys to see this situation with this motorcyclist that hit a 6-foot gator while they were driving down the road. Florida, come to the front of the stage. It goes down in Florida. And for some reasons, we got a lot of situations, not some reason, but you know how it is when it gets hot outside. The gators like to sunbathe. They don't know it's the road. They don't care. They're out there sunbathing. So that's how this happened. 6-foot gator, y'all. Check this out. Let me get the clip open first, and then we're going to do this.
And we start tonight with that Fox 35 exclusive. 2 motorcyclists are recovering after a collision with a 6-foot-long alligator on I-4. It sent them to the hospital. Thanks for joining us here at 10. I'm Hannah McKenzie. FHP says the bikers were traveling along the inside lane of I-4 near mile marker 110. That's in Orange City when it happened. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte exclusively spoke with those injured bikers tonight. Steph, this one is a wild one, only in Florida. How are they doing?
Yeah, truly only in Florida, but amazingly, they're both doing okay. And I say that because of what happened. They were both thrown off their bikes after hitting the gator, landed on the pavement on I-4, and they were left with just a few broken bones. They're both in great spirits, but just can't believe what happened.
A couple bikes moved a little bit left and right, and next thing I know, I got a big blob in the road. I didn't know it was gator. I thought it was a semi-tire that's come off, the retread or something.
But it was a 6-foot alligator that Cameron Gilmore hit on I-4. Brandy Gross was right behind him. They were riding with a big group of bikers, and she hit the gator right after him.
I just seen something, and once I realized what it was just too late. I was like, oh crap, and the impact happened. I flipped over, and it just wasn't expecting a gator to be in the middle of the road right there.
You can see in this video from Saturday night, the alligator on the side of the road and paramedics on the scene. The impact of hitting that 6-foot gator threw them both off their bikes.
I said, help me, Jesus, and I
Thank you.
Just kept flipping. I'm like, when is this going to stop? And then I start sliding. I'm like, when is this going to stop? Just sliding and sliding and sliding. And then I went off the road into the grass and couldn't move much. My whole right leg was numb and my other leg was numb.
That's why it's dangerous for everybody. I ride motorcycles, man. Once you get hit and you go down, if you slide and another car can come get you, you know, you can slide off the road and go over a bridge. It can be a whole bunch of bad things that happen to motorcycle riders, which is why I'm not in so much of a rush to get back on the road. Especially, I just had an accident with my motorcycle. Some thunted migrant immigrant ran across the bridge. As I'm coming across the bridge, you cannot stop fast on a motorcycle when you're doing about 15, especially not on a sport bike. So I'm coming down the highway. Next thing you know, this dude drives. He runs right across the bridge, the actual lip of the bridge, with a shopping cart. Hits the bike, goes down and flips over. I still was able to gain control because I wasn't going that fast in the first place. Perfect example, right? Put my bike down because I was more concerned about the person than the bike. Went over and took care of him. Ambulance came. Now the B is in the garage waiting for a new body kit, and I'm still paying for insurance as well as the parking. And my bike is down and I cannot ride because of that. But you know what? I'm healthy, I'm here. And I told myself, you know what? Maybe that's good because this means that every morning you can be on point to do our bottom line. Let's make the money off the show or whatever we can do to restore the B and do what we got to do, because life is more important as well as your safety. And there's going to be another day to do things. That's how we always think about it. That's how I always look at things. Yeah, I'm not able to go this weekend or whatever. But if I'm healthy and the things that I'm doing are good, I'll be able to go next week or the week after that, and I'll have an even better time. I don't force things to happen, because when you force things, a lot of times you mess up. So that's not the way that your boy Boogotti is. Hopefully you guys learn a thing or two from that. Your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always tell you guys, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. This is the time right now. I want you guys to double tap that screen. Please, let's get those likes up. Also, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel if you have not done that already. And if you're trying to make some boom, money, go on over to the link in the description and get yourself down with one of them surveys. I made sure that there was about $500 worth of surveys inside of the link in the description. We also have a new link for the Discord. So whoever wants to keep this conversation going, go ahead and join the Discord so that you don't have to, this conversation does not have to end in the comments. More people going over to the link in the description. It says join the Discord. Click that, join the Discord, keep this conversation going. This way, even when I'm not around, you guys can keep the dialogue going. Plus, it's on my phone, so I see what you guys are doing. When I'm moving around, I can respond to you. Let's get more of a community going here. Please join the Discord. And yes, go to the link in the description and make some money off of the surveys. And if you guys have a business, I love to post things inside of the post area. I got a new template right now, the same way I have the template for this. So that means all I need you guys to do is make sure that your artwork is 1080 by 1080. Send it over to me. I'll put it up in the post notification area the same way, the same place that we're promoting the Show Your Talent search that's coming up on the 27th of this month in Long Island at L&W Wines and Liquors. That's right, L&W Wines and Liquors. That is in Long Island. You guys have the link in the description. Also, go check out the address and everything for the times. It's between 5 and 8 p.m. Your boy Boogotti NYC, that's right, I'm going to be there hosting this event. It's going to be a tasting with the brand Big Drip. That's right, Big Drip, which is the new scissor. Big Drip Hard Punch, 14% alcohol. It comes in a can, you guys. Ask for it by name. It is now in New York. That is the old scissor. We just put it in a can. So yes, it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And yes, your boy Boogotti NYC will be there doing the tasting at L&W's. We've got the link in the description. If you guys want to be a part of the talent show, you can come there, sign up, because that's going to be a tasting, or you can go to the website and sign up at www.drinkbigdrip.com. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you, matter of fact, you know I ain't gonna leave like that. No, it's Sunday. I want you guys to stay prayed up. I want you guys to understand that problems present opportunities. I want you to know that God woke you up today for a reason. And every day that he does wake you up is another day to get it right or put another chapter or another day behind you. Always appreciate every small thing the way I appreciate you guys, because we may not be here to enjoy each other. One day you guys will come on and be like, where's Bugatti at? Yes, that can happen. So what I want to do is let you guys know the amount of appreciation I have for you. I can't even measure it because the show is doing phenomenal. I love the way you guys are responding and the way that you actually appreciate the show. I can see the numbers running up, and I know that you guys are appreciating what's going on here. Trolls, I even appreciate you too. Do yourself a favor if you want to understand something. Google YouTubers make money off of trolls. Understand that. If you're smart, you understand it. All them comments that's coming inside of that, that's conversations going back and forth. YouTube counts all of that. So even when people are talking bad about you, you're making money. So let them talk bad. Why not? It's more content, and they're staying on your page. Think about what it's all about. It's about engagement, and it's about keeping people around. Don't always kick people out. Play with them sometimes and let them keep on starting fires, and then you stand back and you get the excess from that. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always told you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, which is my favorite day of the week, Monday, because people can't make excuses. They got to pick up the phone. They can't say, oh, it's the weekend. I'll see you guys at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I got to get working on another title. I got to get some more content curated over here, and it's time to get it up. With that being said, it's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em! One. Peace.